Yo, what's happening, people, and welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast, where you're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. Now, all honesty, breaking the fourth wall, we did have an episode. We did try to get one out. We spoke about Morgan Rogers, we spoke about the World Cup.
It was a great episode.
It was a good episode because the Morgan Rogers chat was fresh,
Lively.
fresh.
Yeah.
So apologies to Chelsea fans, we probably would have enjoyed that, but there was a problem with the audio, pre-season rust, first episode back.
Real. The Dortmund loss.
Yeah, literally. I tried to recover, but hopefully we're bouncing back with a community shield.
Hey,
today.
yeah, we
hopefully.
are.
So fingers crossed the audio is there today, and this all works. But before we get into that, champions again, ole ole. Champions again, ole ole. Champions again,
yay.
champions again,
Champions again, ole ole.
We are still the champions. To be fair, I might even just add that to the intro this year. We'll have to see.
We'll get some theme music.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Nice. Respect us.
Yeah, exactly. We're Arsenal still Premier League champions. Obviously, we did have the World Cup. Obviously, Spain doing their thing there. Maybe in one of the international breaks coming up, when there's some international fixtures, we can talk a bit more on that. Because obviously we missed that in the last episode, and it's time to talk about something different now. So, obviously over the summer, the heat wave killed us.
Yeah.
As it probably killed most of you. Recording up here is it's hot. It gets hot.
It's a health and safety violation.
Yeah.
It breaks a lot of codes.
I was worried Michael was going to sue me.
Exactly.
If I made him come here and perform. And on top of that, obviously, we were having contractual issues. Michael's demanding the Supermax.
Hey.
3 years in the league.
Re-up.
Season 4. Started behaving like Jaylen Brown.
Yeah. Re-up time.
He was telling me in discussions that the crossover between environmentalism and social justice, and I was like, okay, bro. Okay, I'll just give you what you want then. Let's just relax.
So the Supermax.
Yeah, we're back, and we'll have more Arsenal content coming. There are more things that we actually wanted to do. It's mad. We actually won the league, and I thought that was when we would be producing the most content. But it was like there was almost too much happiness and just other stuff. It was like we're the champions.
Yeah, it was what they call it? It was like overstimulation of just too many things.
Yeah. And then the World Cup came pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So that's another thing we'll try and do. We'll try and look back on last year and give it some proper episodes, maybe in some of the international breaks again. Before we get into this week's episode, which we'll be talking about the Community Shield, obviously Arsenal dominant. Michael mentioned off air, there've been loads of bombers today, transfer bombers,
crazy stuff
dropping thick and fast. So go through some of those, and we've got some Premier League predictions. Obviously, the season starts on Friday with the champions opening up. The champions opening up the season against Coventry. So before we get into all of that, there is one man who's left Arsenal. He has gone to Besiktas. We won't spend too long on this, but Leandro Trossard, Mr. Clutch,
our guy.
As he referred to himself in his statement when he left, Arsenal hero status, scored the goal that won us the league, the goal that we'll all remember. And from my point of view, I just got to say thank you to Leandro Trossard for what you did, the roller coaster of emotions that we went through over 6 years with you as a player and the ups and downs. And yeah, just after everything, we couldn't have done what we ended up doing without you, for sure.
100%, man. Echoed. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of the love Arsenal fans have been giving Trossard online and stuff, and I think it's just going to be one of those stories that is actually it's ended like so perfectly for a particular player. Like, I think there's going to be very few people that will leave Arsenal. I mean, to be fair, there'll be a lot of people on this team, but there's been very few people in the past that have left Arsenal in such sort of high regard amongst the fans. And like, guys, Arsenal fans, well, maybe speaking for myself, I'm going to back Trossard wherever he goes, wherever he ends up. I know he's not going to come back to the Premier League, so it's calm, but like, if he goes MLS, if he does 2 years at Besiktas, if he wins the league at Besiktas, it's like I'm starting to put Trossard into serious conversation.
I think he actually scored for Besiktas on the weekend.
Hence the service, man. Like, Trossard was so good. And when you said 6 years, I'm like, wow, was it really that long? It was like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, big game player, big goals, all the moments, shout out Arsenal Football Club. If you go on their YouTube page, you can see all of Trossard's goals and assists. If you watch that video, that's all you need to know about Trossard. Just have a look at some of the games, some of the goals, some of the moments.
Favorite Trossard goal? Excluding West Ham, we'll take that out.
Yeah, excluding West Ham. I said the Everton one, that 1-0 Trossard, the set piece one was like covering him and the moving pieces and then the stanchion finish.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable goal. And then the Liverpool one.
Yep. Liverpool one's up there.
Kinski.
North London derby.
Yeah.
Bounce.
Yeah.
I love the Kinski one.
The Villa one. I mean, the one last season when we played Villa early, not last season, the season before.
Oh, at Villa Park.
At Villa Park.
Yeah.
Where it's just bobbling across the ground.
Yeah.
Put home, Trossard.
For me, I got Liverpool and Tottenham.
Yeah. You know,
so I love those two.
Of pure just like aesthetics, it's the Everton one. I just remember watching that goal back a million times. Like, and I still can't believe that counts as a set piece goal because of all the moving parts.
Yeah.
Ball doesn't go out of play and all this kind of stuff.
I mean, the one at Sunderland weren't too bad either. But yeah, look, perfect to talk about Leandro Trossard because there is a segue there. Obviously, Arsenal are English Super Cup champions. Mikel Arteta's 5th trophy.
Hey. It's climbing
Arsenal.
up there.
Yeah.
Climbing up the leaderboard.
100%. So yeah, and as Super Cup winners, we'll talk about that. We absolutely dominated Man City.
Demolition
destroyed them. And we'll get into that. But like I said, we're talking about Trossard, and I feel like he's not actually gone because we've got Leandro Zollard. I saw Leandro Zollard out there.
I haven't actually heard that. Leandro Zollard is hilarious.
Me and Michael haven't seen each other, obviously since the game was spoken about it. And this, I feel like we need to talk about this guy first.
I mean, off the jump, off the bat,
so let's talk because I need to know what's going on here, bro. They have. You remember when I said about and this probably it's a take that's aged badly. My bad. I hold my hands up. But I said they ran the numbers for Bukayo Saka in the league. Player A, player B, who gets closest to what's that, and it produced Noni. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah. I'm not saying that was a good idea, but that's what the data.
Yeah. That's the justification for the chance. Yeah.
I feel 100% like they've done that.
No,
they've run the numbers.
The Solis one is scary because it's. Do you remember? Firstly, do you remember when I used to say like, when are we gonna get these gamble transfers that actually pay off? Well, I'm already getting.
We were saying we missed those from way back,
from yesteryear.
Yeah,
I'm already getting those vibes of Solis, but just off his preseason, guys are saying like 6 games, 6 GA, and in terms of what you're talking about, in terms of the Trossard compatibility, bro, it's like a stencil. It's literally like a stencil drawing of Trossard.
Yeah,
because
just younger.
He's not the quickest. He's not the strongest. But at the same time, he's got all the intelligence, all the technique, all the ability to all the ability to play in sort of multiple areas. You can kind of give it to him on like any part of the pitch and feel like, well, he's not just gonna be stupid if it, lose it.
His touch is gonna be bad.
Yeah. And the like seamless fit like a glove thing that's going on with Solis. But I think the biggest thing is like, I just feel like Solis is gonna be a guy that just hoovers up GA. Like, and I'm not necessarily like, oh, he's gonna get 20 and 15 or like any of those numbers that he was getting back in Club Brugge, but just on some like quietly keeps ticking.
Yeah.
Like quietly just moves the needle. Like he
sleepwalk to 7 or 8.
Yeah, like then, you feel me? Like you probably won't go 3 starts without a GA.
Yeah.
You know, and like
I mean that's what we need. Both the assists he got in the game on Sunday are pretty intelligent and almost very replicable.
100%.
Like the ball to the back post, he does very well. He's already spotted Havertz and he puts that back in easy for Havertz.
Yeah.
And the second one is that I felt like I was watching Trossard, the way he's chopped in and then played that ball in.
And this isn't a dig out at Martinelli because I'm all right with Martinelli. Like no harm, no foul. But his assist, like the one to Havertz, the one to Odegaard, some of the ones in preseason to Ethan and stuff, it's like it just doesn't feel like a blind ball across the box hoping for someone to get on the end of it. It looks like he genuinely has seen the state of play and thinks that this is the right pass or
Yeah.
X play. Havertz can get to that one.
Mm.
Odegaard can get his foot onto this one. And that's going to stack up for us because sometimes without our best players, without Saka, really without Saka or Odegaard, sometimes our decision making in the final third, especially last season, was like, oh, was so tough to take. So signing an intelligent player that is actually going to make the right decision, knowing when to shoot, knowing when to pass, what foot, who to take on, how to take him on, all this kind of stuff. I'm just so on board with making our team smarter and more technical.
Yeah.
And younger.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. And even certain areas that he was drifting into and picking the ball up into, there was one point when David Raya played a pass with his left foot into the center of the pitch.
Fizzes it into him,
And Solis can just bring it down. He's in the right areas. His first touch is good. And on that note, David Raya, I mean, bro, I don't think I've seen this before.
No, but this is something else.
This I don't know what's going on here.
Smart stop.
That's Semenyo. So I've seen Semenyo score that every time. Nobody gets down to the Semenyo ones.
I mean, there isn't much left to say. Like at the start of last season, we were doing up like top 2 in the league and all of this kind of stuff, and I feel like he's kind of maybe cemented himself as the number one goal. I mean, he's got 3 or 4 golden gloves or whatever it is in a row and stuff. But now it just feels like he's really trying to push himself into the sort of top 1. And I know Arsenal fans that have David Raya as the best goalkeeper in the world. Yeah, I'm not there yet, but I also don't know how far away he is from that. Like, I still got respect and reverence for guys like Courtois, just off the fact that it's Courtois. And you know how much I rate Courtois' thing. But in terms of like this new crop of keepers and this new like,
but the comparison between those two on the ball is
night and day. That was night and day.
So they both have sort of things in
stuff.
There.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying about David Raya. It's like now it's getting to the point where I'm struggling to be like to tell guys, no, he's not the best in the world.
Well, I mean, the fact that probably the second best goalkeeper in the league, at least, was on playing as well for the other team in Donnarumma, and his performance, clown show, couldn't control a football, couldn't trap it.
He greased his gloves with butter before kickoff.
The Havertz one, I love Havertz.
He punched that one. Yeah, he punched that.
So if that's the number 2, that again. But yeah, look, shout out David Raya, great performance. Now look, we have to speak about this guy, Martin fucking Odegaard.
Yeah,
that's my captain.
Yeah, mine too.
That's my captain.
Mine too. I'm waiting to watch the doc. I've seen Arsenal posted on Odegaard.
The modern leader.
Yeah.
Never doubted him. Never. My captain.
New season, fresh beginnings.
Deserved to lift a trophy. No, look. In all seriousness, that
performance.
I just haven't seen. It's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful when you watch football. When you watch Martin Odegaard play football like that, it is. I mean, the best thing he did in the game for me was that dummy when
he just lets it roll across his body.
He doesn't touch the ball. And Rico Lewis, I think he ends up on the floor.
Rico Lewis is still a baby, bro. He's still a child. When I saw the guy do that to him, I'm like, oh yeah, you're still a child.
That was when I went nuts on the chat. I saw that. I was like, what's going on? Yeah. There was the nutmeg on Elliot Anderson. There was the goal.
Yeah.
Donnarumma sit down.
Go that way. Pass to Solis. There was some ball recoveries in there.
The tackles.
There was a sliding tackle shot that
goes onto the line, throwing his whole body.
I saw Odegaard. Remember, I put into the guy. I was like, have I ever seen Odegaard make a midfield challenge? Just push someone off the ball and grab it in midfield,
but nicking it off Kovacic, nicking it off Anderson. But that's obviously, even if he wasn't, I mean, Kovacic breezed past him a couple of times, which was jarring. But I can accept that if you're going to do what you did on Sunday. When I start asking Odegaard to like win a 50-50, it's because he's not offering anything else. So if you're going to be out there, then do that. But if you're going to do what you did on the weekend, and it comes back to a point that I think we've made before, and how Arteta sees it is, if Odegaard's at his best, we will see the best football from Arsenal.
Yeah.
No, maybe not necessarily the best Arsenal, because last year you could argue that with Eze and the defensive solidity and that as a team and a unit, but the best, I think we will see the best style of football from an Arsenal team.
I still think it would be the best Arsenal with Odegaard, and I don't disagree that what as a that team with Eze in the defense, how sort of important that was and how imperative that was to us getting over the line and stuff. But
Because we were saying the first 6 months of last season, we were bopping teams.
no, we were bopping teams, and to be fair, there's been moments in when Odegaard was out for like 5 months of last season.
Yeah.
We were still hand over fisting teams,
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
you know, and he was nowhere to be seen.
Vibe.
But I do just look, maybe it's a bit of recency bias, maybe it's a bit of like rose tinted glasses, but I do, and you know what, it's yet to be seen though, because Eze can prove me wrong, but I do think that Odegaard is key to the best of Arsenal. Like I don't know how to describe it, and maybe it's just off the vibes of the Community Shield, but it feels as if he can really be a missing piece to a lot of these connectivity issues or flow state issues, or and maybe there's a bit of Arsene Wenger bias in the sense of, to me, the best of Arsenal is playing football, out passing teams, or slicing them up, getting in behind, putting on clinics to a lot of people, and that's kind of what that Odegaard performance felt like, was a clinic.
Ran the show.
To the rest of that Man City midfield, Anderson and those boys. And to a lot of teams moving forward. I think for me, it was just like, as I say, it wasn't just one factor of his game. It wasn't just that Odegaard created a lot of chances or that he was such a goal threat in the game or wherever it was. It was literally everything.
Yeah.
It was literally everything. Yeah, it was literally everything. And
I mean, when they told him in his interview afterwards, they were like, "That's your first goal since December." When he scored against Brighton. And
but that
the goal is almost
goal?
When you say everything, the goal is almost the last thing I would have expected
to happen. Now that goal is that's one of those ones where that's like the Trossard one. I just keep watching it back and back and back versus Everton. I just keep watching it over and over and over again. I just can't believe how Donnarumma is just completely bored. It's just completely bored. Not even like maybe he's gonna. No, I know he's gonna put it in that corner. Let me get down early. Let me try and make that save. I just hope that Odegaard can maintain this level, and even still, I can't lie, with our squad, I don't know if it matters that much, but I just really hope for Odegaard's sake and for our sake, in terms of watching beautiful football, that Odegaard can maintain that level. And it was a bit of a wow factor game because I don't know what to expect. I thought Odegaard is going to be better this season. We already made our bones about Odegaard last season, and we already sort of handed out not necessarily. Well, we did hand out apologies, but we already sort of gave him the rope to say. And I remember I was telling you, like, well, if Odegaard's going to sleepwalk to 4 assists in the World Cup, like, how much can I get onto him? Because you probably sleep to, like, we did the numbers, we did the checks. We know that Odegaard's going to sleepwalk to 6 or 7 assists, playing bad football. You know? So if he can really get the rest of the team ticking and feed a lot of guys, keep Solis involved and get Saka involved and all this kind of stuff, we can seriously be laughing. I mean, that display against Man City, even I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
Like, I was not just from Odegaard, but the team. Like, the way in which we moved to Man City as a team.
Just quickly before we get on to that and how we took Man City apart, on the Odegaard point and the play style and seeing the best of Arsenal, how much do you think it helped him being in a midfield with Bruno G and Miles Lewis-Skelly, who, I mean, Bruno G in his debut was just, that 45 minutes was glorious.
Yeah.
Get the ball, pass it forward.
And I also like that that's probably like Bruno G's worst 45 minutes. Like,
I mean, I don't really think he put a foot wrong.
I don't think he was. The reason I say that is
the
because
amount of times he won the ball off Doku.
And look, the reason I say that is because I feel like it's quite obvious that he's not like match sharp or fully fit or anything like that. So it's not to say that he was a poor performer or a brilliant performer. It's just that this is like his first 45 minutes. There is a lot more to come from Bruno G.
But even just being able to get on the ball, pass the ball through the lines, Odegaard actually being able to receive the ball in some space, in some pockets, and with Miles Lewis Kelly, because they're both very progressive passers.
Yeah. I think
As opposed to a Rice or a Zubamendi, who Odegaard might have
has
played
to
with a lot
come and
last
drop.
year.
Yeah.
How much do you reckon that actually? And is there something in that maybe?
I was gonna
for
say
Arteta?
it seemed pretty intentional to me just watching the game live. How many times Odegaard was actually generally getting the ball in the pockets as opposed to on the halfway line looking to find someone else.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
the pockets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that has been a clear directive. The 1v1 that I thought Arteta had with Odegaard last season, he's had with him this season.
Last season and this season.
Yeah. The last season.
Yeah.
Like it just seems, and we'll see on Friday. We'll see versus Coventry, but things happen. Generally, good things do happen when we give Odegaard the ball in the pocket. Yeah. So telling him or him feeling the need to come and drop deep and get involved in centre back build up play and all this other kind of stuff. I mean, it just doesn't get the best out of him and or the team. Yeah. So whether it's Arteta, whether it's Odegaard, whether it's a combination of the two, that deliberate sort of stay higher up the pitch. We've got Bruno, we've got Miles. I've got guys that are going to get it to you early, quickly. We're going to create overloads. That stuff, I mean, we're going to be difficult to live with if that continues. Odegaard is the easiest guy to mark out the game if he's picking up off the centre back. It's chill.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Well, Jude didn't think so.
Nah. And what I will say though is,
but do you think there's something in that where Arteta can genuinely, honestly look at some games this season and go with the midfield he picked on the weekend because he thinks we need the ball early and fast and transition,
100%,
and actually leave Declan Rice and Zubamendi and out on the bench?
I think the biggest and best thing to come out of this game is realizing again what an early goal can do for us. I just felt like so many games last season, it's like we're waiting till after half time to get our first goal.
Yeah. And Miles Lewis Kelly
exactly
for that first goal,
unbelievable.
Yeah.
So if Arteta is seeing what can happen to the football team and to Arsenal if we get an early goal, we get Odegaard into these positions through progressive passing, through taking that sort of shackle off him and having to drop deep and help create, then I think like some of these Coventry teams, some of these teams that are sort of lower down the table, they can get blitzed in the first half, and then you can bring on Rice to just see. Like, I think one of the biggest, most disrespectful things in football is bringing Rice off the bench, and not to Rice, but to the other team.
Yeah,
like thinking that we need to get back into this, or we're only one goal away from getting back in the game, and then Rice comes.
Yeah.
Like I just can't imagine the mental sort of well. There you go. That was
just got tough.
He's taking on Bruno G on Miles and put Rice in there.
Yeah. It would be.
So I think I agree with your point. I think Arteta will play that midfield. I think there's going to be a lot of midfield iterations. I think there is going to be a lot of legs conservation. Don't get me wrong. Rice will play Rice and Saka and Gabriel and Saliba. Well, Saliba when he's back will play the most games of anybody in the squad because they're the best players. But I still think with the options that we have now and how well I think some of these midfield combinations are going to look to Arteta, I still think that the possibility to bench Rice for 45 minutes and only bring him on for 45 minutes is going to look so good. Yeah. Especially if Arteta knows that, hey, with Bruno, with Miles, with Odegaard, or with Marino, Bruno and Odegaard, or whoever it is, Zubi, Bruno, or however that's going to shake out, that I've got enough midfield steel and solidarity and all of that stuff. And yeah, I mean, you spoke about it, like Miles for the first goal.
And on Miles, there's been a lot of rumors. Yeah, about he's been offered out or this, that, and the third, and Chelsea and Man United. We spoke about it off air, and I said, but we both agreed that firstly that's just not happening. Yeah, Mikel Arteta, Arsenal Football Club, and Miles Lewis, Skelly himself, none of those parties want to leave the football club.
Yeah.
So that, firstly, it's just not happening. And secondly, I said, if Miles Lewis Skelly is going to leave Arsenal, it's not going to be for Man United or Chelsea. It's going to be for Barcelona or Real Madrid. Yeah. Because that's the level of player that he is. And, I mean, then he goes and puts in that performance yesterday, lets the ball run across him, but does what we used to consider Foden's move on Foden.
Yeah. Grasping for shirts.
Yeah.
Foden's grasping. Can I get a
quick look reverse? And Calla.
And the slowdown on the ball right into Calla's path.
Perfect. Calla doesn't need to break stride.
It's
The Calla stuff we can talk about off there.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah,
But what I was gonna say about Miles is, and I said this to you off air, is the reason I wasn't worried about Miles is because everybody's like, oh, now that Bruno's here, where's the pathway for Miles? Where's this? Where's that? And I've said that there's never been a pathway for Miles.
Yeah.
There's never been a like, oh, this is
he
how.
never should have played left back in the Bernabeu in the Champions League quarterfinal.
He's
That
never
wasn't
been
the pathway.
He's never been left back full stop.
Yeah.
Like Miles doesn't have a pathway, but yet again, there's gonna be a like, well, Miles has to play this game, or it makes sense why Miles has got so many minutes and all this kind of stuff. I just think Miles is as talented as any of our midfielders, really. Yeah, like he really can do like
outside of maybe Odegaard.
Is a level of, but like I think Miles is not one of the young guys who you've got to force a pathway for. Miles, through his own talent and competition, will faction minutes for himself. Like he will create minutes for himself through his own talent, through his own ability. So I'm not necessarily worried that, like, as I say, that Miles is gonna go anywhere. And what I did love about Miles was when he scored versus Como.
Yeah.
He's got the apology hands out, and just for the links.
Yeah.
Not even for like a transfer that's fallen through. He was demanded. He said something out of turn.
Yeah.
Just for the links.
Yeah.
Away. He's out of control entirely.
Yeah, exactly.
He's apologizing.
Most likely, he didn't even come from his side.
He's apologizing. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys, for even being linked away.
That's what you get with the hair leg guys. That link's come out, and Saka said to him, "Are you good, bro?"
Yeah, shout out Miles, man.
Yeah, top performance all the preseason.
Shout out Miles. You see Rooney's clamoring for him, no brainer.
Man United fans in general are clamoring.
Pay the money and those.
All of a sudden, Miles is top. Yeah, exactly. Pay the money, think later or whatever. Yeah, Man United are deciding when Reece pay it. That's how but he's not going anywhere. He's Arsenal through and through, and it will continue like that. So, look, you were mentioning that you didn't expect it to be like that. 100%, I agree. Firstly, shout out to the Community Shield. Obviously, it's better when you win it. But I love that fixture.
Well,
the way it just lets everybody know we're back now.
The way I'm hearing guys speak about the format of the Community Shield, I'm like, it is so good. It cuts both ways, but it's so good to be an Arsenal fan, because I just know whatever we get our hands on, there is going to be the complete like revisionist history on the entire thing.
Yeah,
on the entire thing. Like I've never once really heard too much complaints about the FA Community Shield. It's just a game that signifies the end of the preseason. It's a final. There's a trophy. All of that. I'm taking that all on board. But should we now do home and away stuff? Should we include 14?
Yeah, should it be played in Saudi? Should we change the name?
Just because Arsenal got their hands on it and beat Man City 3-0. Now we should just redo the whole thing. The whole concept of the Community Shield needs to be redone.
Well, it's calm. You can redo it because we'll probably win it. So there's no difference to us. But yeah, you said you weren't expecting it. I definitely wasn't expecting it. One of the things that, especially when I saw the lineups, because that, in my opinion, is City's strongest team.
Yeah.
I mean,
it'll change though, but it was at the time.
Foden,
Definitely is at the time.
Haaland, Anderson, Diaz, Gavardio. So I think it was their strongest team, and obviously we had Saliba out, Saka on the bench, Rice on the bench, Timber out. Yeah. So I was a bit like, okay, let's see how this goes in the first half, and then obviously Calafiori scores within 20 seconds. And to me, it was. I mean, you said it about Arteta slapping Maresca at the first time of asking. It was very sort of reminiscent of when we beat when we got beat 4-1 by Man City. In like April when we were going for the title or whatever, and even I said it was men against boys that day, and then that's when Arteta flipped the script and all of that.
Yeah.
People have been saying about this game, and I agreed that it was men against boys.
Yeah,
and it felt like that. It felt like a bit like that was Pep welcoming Arteta to life in a title race with a big dog sort of thing, and this is almost Arteta doing it to Maresca.
100%. I mean, levels have to be shown, and no one knows that more than Arteta. Yeah. And I think that is the real crux of a lot of our, I was going to say title defense, but Arteta likes to say attacking the title. Yeah. A lot of that, I think, is just going to come down to the fact that our manager is going to know how to push the right buttons and when, or how to make the fewest mistakes.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these other managers, Maresca included, pretty much everybody else in the league, everybody's got bright ideas. Everybody's got a style of play that they want to execute. Everybody's sort of bright-eyed, dreamy. They've got big goals,
Yeah,
ambitions, and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but there's only one manager in the league that's run the course, that knows how tough it gets, that knows what sort of April to May mean, yeah, or March to May mean. And I think Maresca's kind of Arteta, what Arteta's just done to Maresca is like, yeah, whatever you think was gonna work right now, you're gonna have to have something different. Like whenever we play Man City again, this Community Shield script has to be ripped up from Maresca. He has to
Yeah,
come
yeah,
with a
yeah,
completely
yeah,
different
yeah,
approach. And that will probably happen a couple of times,
yeah.
like it did for Arteta,
Yeah, yeah,
before
yeah.
it's like, oh well, this approach can get us, it can keep us in the game for longer, or
Yeah.
can get us the draw that we need, or whatever it is. So I think it's gonna be more that type of time where, yo, just because our manager knows our squad so well, there's been so much stability. I really do think, a lot of people do say, but I really do think the truth is, because of the stability within our squad, I think that edge, it gives us such an advantage in a lot of these other guys. Like Maresca really has to pull out, like Bawadi and all these guys who are brand new. He has to get a tune out of them immediately
Yeah.
to be able to compete all the way until the very end. So slapping him up like this with some of the guys that he's known, the Diazes and the Fodens
Yeah.
and the Kovacic's and all
Mhm.
these other guys that have been in the league for a while, he's worked with them before. So for Maresca to quickly realize that the current utensils and the current players I have might not be good enough against this Arsenal team is a valuable lesson for both sides, man.
Yeah, yeah, and just in general, from the Arsenal side and the City side, the we shouldn't take this get too far or whatever with what we say, because I still think Man City have enough good players to have a good season.
They will have a good
Like
season.
Haaland will bang 25
Yeah,
goals,
they will
and
have a good season.
Turkey and whoever else. But tying into what you said there, pressure will build on Maresca. City fans already are a bit like
What's
worried
going on
about the
here?
season
As they should
and
be. It's
what's
tough.
happening. And one of the things I wanted to talk about on that side of things, obviously, I remember you saying Rodri's desperate to not play for Maresca. Obviously, he's got his move to. I mean, what a day for City fans!
Yeah,
You've gone to Cardiff, got
I
slapped up
know.
3-0, embarrassed, and then you've come home and Rodri's off to
I'm
Barca.
off. I'm going.
Um, which was the last thing you needed after seeing that midfield performance. Now, in terms of Maresca and what he can get from these players, firstly, watching that Man City game yesterday and seeing Man City try and build up and not having the Rodri wall pass
Yeah.
or the Bernardo,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
take it in
yeah.
any area and keep it. Anytime that ball was going into yo, yo. Yeah, obviously for them not being able to have Bernardo and Rodri to just play those passes off of, when that ball was going into Anderson and Kovacic, it wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe. It was
It wasn't
anybody
safe.
could nick it, and it just looked so different. It looked, and a lot. I've seen a lot of people saying this, like, "Oh, this Man City have been normalized."
Yeah.
To the point where they're kind of in the chasing pack, welcome to reality sort of stuff, because Pep's not going to find the solution. But more specifically on that, the players, like, are these good players or were they good in Pep's system? Was Pep getting the tune? And the guys I'm talking about there are guys like Mateus Nunes, O'Reilly, is he a left back, right? Like same thing as Mateus Nunes a right back. Kusanov, is Kusanov actually a good player on a high line, or was Pep just covering his faults? Doku, I'll throw in there as well. Was Pep just sort of finding Doku in positions where, and Foden, who had an absolute stinker yesterday, and has a lot of pressure on him to have a big season. But are these guys, and there's probably others that I haven't named there, are these guys good players, or were they good players in Pep's system?
There's only one way to find out. That's over time.
Mm.
I think some of these guys are good players. Some of these guys are gonna have to learn Maresca's system. Some of these guys are gonna struggle to learn Maresca's system. I think to the point that you're making about sort of normalizing City. As I say, we can't take it too far because it is just one preseason game, and the fitness levels on those some of those players is like at a different stage. But City will still blow some teams away because they've got Haaland, because they've got Kovacic, Phil Foden. These guys are good players. They can easily score, like Foden and Haaland can score two in 2 minutes and like blow a team out 4-0. But
Yeah.
that fear factor of like when you lose the ball to City, it's gone for 15 minutes. I don't know if that is gonna be there the whole season.
Yeah.
Those guys, I mean, Bernardo and Rodri alone are two people that are able to keep the ball for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, and that was one of my biggest takeaways from the Community Shield was like, all right, we've played a sloppy pass, we've given it to Man City. Normally, I'd sit back in my chair and wait for 8, 5, 9, 10 minutes for a foul, wait for something to happen before we get the ball back.
Yeah.
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 I just don't know how many. I think a lot of teams are gonna realize that Kovacic is actually getting on a bit, and Elliot Anderson.
Kovacic ain't got nothing for us.
Yeah, and Elliot Anderson is a very good young player, but how well adversed is he with positional playing? Like Rodri, just there's so much stuff that, like, I don't think we take for granted with Rodri, but there's so much stuff that Rodri does, intangibles on and off the ball, that I just think are gonna get a bit exposed.
Yep.
Like in transitions, Rodri's just always in the perfect place. He just always knows where to be. He knows how to take the foul, win the ball back, wherever it is. I think that kind of stuff with Elliot Anderson is yet to be seen. You know, is he always going to be in the right place? Is he always going to sort of make the right pass? Is he going to be as neat and tidy on the ball as Rodri is, and as well as just bearing that burden? And he might be partnering next to some guys that have never even played in the league before. If they go and grab Buwadi and all this other kind of stuff. So I completely feel as if, despite City they will be a good team, they will have fear factor, they will beat teams 4-5-0, but I just think that a lot more managers are gonna be like, well, we can really genuinely have a game plan to go at this team or press this team into certain areas. And
I mean, I'm already looking. They've got Bournemouth on Sunday. That's their first game. Yes, it is at the Etihad, but
some of those questions, some of those players definitely were being covered up by Pep, and the fall from grace will be huge. Because all of those guys that you mentioned, Matthias Nunes and all this kind of stuff, if you pressed guys last season, they would have said they're top 3 in their position in the league.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of those. I don't think any of these guys are going to be top 3 in their position in the league.
Guys still want to crown Doku as the best left winger.
Yeah. Guys were just saying O'Reilly flat out best left back in the league.
Yeah.
Left back. The best of them. like, so shout out to O'Reilly if he ends up being the best left back in this new up and coming league.
But he won't.
But that's what. But like, you'd have to argue that he wasn't last season. You'd have to argue. No, I think
No, he was on crud last year.
So it's one of them ones, and look, we
even got, guys are saying João Pedro went like 15 games without a goal under Maresca.
Yeah. I've got to say, my Haaland thing. Haaland will be the Premier League top scorer, but I think he will be 20 on the dot, 21, 22, and I think there's going to be. Do you remember how last season there was large swathes of the season where he didn't score?
Yeah,
I think there is going to be similarities to that this season, and I think some of it will be down to injury. I think some of it will be.
I feel like he's kind of had that other than the first year when he was just.
No. He's going to get. He's a 20 goal a season guy, full stop. Yeah. I just don't think that Haaland is going to be the...
I think he's been 25 so far.
Yeah, fair. And I'm saying that the level is... It's not necessarily Haaland levels coming down.
Yeah, but the team's level...
around, and I think matched with a natural dip in hunger. Like, I think Pep is able to stoke fires in guys to always keep them,
Well, we've seen some of the clips.
And I just think Haaland is going to get a bit frustrated sometimes with either style of play or results or whatever it is. And I just don't know if he's going to be all the way hungry, fit and firing all season the way he's been for the last 3-4 years. Yeah. And he doesn't have the best manager in world football anymore. And I think some of these best players in the world, the Haalands, who literally are one of the best players in the world, like Mbappe, like Dembele and all these other guys. Their manager needs to get the best out of
Yeah.
stoke that fire, stoke that hunger. Enrique couldn't stoke that fire out of Mbappe. He had to go to Real Madrid to try and find a little something else. I just worry, or I don't worry, I hope, but I do have a feeling that with Haaland and Maresca, it's not going to be like, they hate each other. But I just also don't know if it's going to be that Erling Haaland, when his football career is said and done, is saying that Maresca got the best out of me. And you know, he was.
No, I think Haaland will move within the next 2 years. I think he'll leave.
Agreed.
City probably.
Agreed. I think he will see not the writing on the wall, but I just don't know if his hunger and passion and desire, the same way he was coming out in interviews and chirping before and to Skelly and all these other giving it to Gabriel. Now he's just like, yo, Gabriel, man. He's almost like, I respect your thing. I see you guys are on the come up. My team is like sliding down a little bit. He's not talking with much chest. He's not talking with as much, all of this kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah, rightfully. He knows he can't anymore, bro. With Rodri,
and I think that will bleed into the goals. Obviously, the dip is not going to be crazy. He's still be top scorer, but I just don't know if it's going to be the like, you know how Haaland in the first 5 games has 2 hat tricks, and you know.
Now we can obviously look back at these at different points in the season. I think we've done this almost every year that we've done the pod. Maybe 3 out of the 4. Last year was the first year we actually predicted Arsenal to win it, which was almost out of necessity.
We had to. We
must. We couldn't sit here.
What's the point?
For the 4th year in a row.
I think we're going to finish second.
Like we just couldn't have done that. So, and Arsenal backed it up. Mikel Arteta and the boys, they backed it up, and we got that right. So, going into this year, the pressure's off. We don't have to put Arsenal first. We don't have to say we must and necessity. I mean, we do kind of must with all the change around the league. Like, expectation, but it's not as bad. Yeah. So going to our top 6 now. Let's go from 6 to 1. Who do you reckon will finish 6th? Just outside Champions League.
I think it's between. Let me have a look. Because
I'll say that I've got Spurs.
I think Spurs are going to finish 5th.
Okay. Well, okay. Let's talk about Spurs now then. If Spurs were finishing 5th though, who would you have had in 6th then?
So 6th, I can't lie, dogfight. I think there might be a surprise 6th team. A Brighton or a Bournemouth.
There are a lot of those teams playing in Europe this year.
And that's the thing, and that's my hesitation.
Yeah,
it's because like it can get to a point in the season when Brighton have had like 7 draws in their last 7 games.
I think Brighton play a Conference League game tomorrow, and then again next Thursday.
They can have 7 draws in 7 Premier League games, and then they realize that if we just win the Conference League, we get the exact same.
The Palace thing.
Yeah, we get the exact same reward as if we had finished 6th.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is, I'm worried about Villa. I used to think that Villa was a shoo-in to the top 6, but there's been so much change at Villa, and they've lost a lot of key pieces. Senesi, Watkins is probably going to go. Rodgers is gone. Konsa's looking like he's gone. Digne's gone. Edmund Martinez is gone.
Yeah.
So it's like
they've made some good additions, though.
João Gomez, the Zion Suzuki guy,
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah. So it's not, but as I say, that much change. It's just, does it gel immediately? And Emery's a good coach. Yeah. So maybe Villa then.
Brian Madjo. the 45-year-old, 17-year-old.
Yeah, no, maybe Villa, but I really need to see how Villa start. Do you know what? Actually, maybe I don't, because I wouldn't put it past Villa to have a poor start. And then
I think they've got quite a few injuries at the start. Like Manzambi's out.
Yeah.
Gomez might be out. So who are you going for then? I feel like there's a club that you're thinking of, but you just don't want to put them there.
Liverpool.
Okay.
I'll go for Liverpool.
Yeah. But that's interesting because, and then you had Spurs 5th.
And then I have Spurs 5th.
So I've got Liverpool 5th.
Oh, is it?
And Spurs 6th. So, okay, why are No, I've got Spurs 6. I think they're gonna have a good season, one game a week. I think De Zerbi's a good coach. I think honestly, it wouldn't put it past De Zerbi for his starting centre backs to be Van Hecker and Senesi, and just drop Van der Ven because he
Play him
wants to,
left back,
or
probably.
left back, whatever. But or even just drop him, keep Udogi or something because he wants to play out from the back. I think Tonali, Fernandez, we said at the time, like Tottenham at the end of all of this still probably have won the transfer window. If
Yeah,
I'm being
yeah, yeah,
honest,
yeah,
with,
yeah,
with the
yeah,
business that they've done. Apparently, it's now. I thought it was two of Savinho, Marmoush, Gakpo, but apparently now it's might even be three.
yeah.
All three.
No.
That's what they're saying. It might even be all three. The double swoop for them, and then if Liverpool get their deals over the line, then Gakpo. So that could be a whole new front three coming in with the two midfield players, with two centre backs, with a left back.
Have they sold anyone?
They
haven't even sold Bergwijn.
Romero, Jed Spence.
Oh yeah.
I think it might be
because they've got Kudus, they've got Kulu, they've got
Mathers,
Solanke.
but Xavi Simmons ACL is
Yeah,
out.
he's out.
Kulu, obviously, I don't think they're banking on that. I don't know what's.
But Kulu has missed an entire year.
Exactly.
So if he's not close to fitness,
no, but I think he's back on the grass and whatever. I think they're saying, but we don't know what state
he's gonna be like.
Gonna come back in.
Yeah.
Either Mathers coming off the ACL at his age and whatnot.
Yeah.
But they might end up signing all three of those players. And I think. Honestly, I think any form of European football, obviously, when you finish 17
is a success
in a row, is a good season.
I think De Zerbi can get fifth, proving that De Zerbi stays. I also wouldn't put it past De Zerbi to leave.
Yeah, for it to blow up.
Not even for it to blow up, but not even two ways. Like, I wouldn't put it past a top club changing their manager, some circumstances happening, and a top club changes their manager, and De Zerbi's doing a good job with Tottenham. And it's one of these. And it's one of these. Amorim, take it now or it never comes. And De Zerbi finds himself heading off to Barcelona, finds himself heading off to, you know, like.
But I don't think there's a Premier League team that will come that could take him.
No, I don't. It won't. It won't be for a Premier League unless Maresca like completely bottles it, and Maresca's like dwindling in 10.
But even so, I think De Zerbi, he's like pressure on De Zerbi for sure.
To be fair, the squad will probably be better in a couple of years.
De Zerbi's got every single thing he's asked for by the looks of it.
Yeah,
every single thing. Yeah, he got Senesi, he got Van Heck, he got Tonali and Fernandez, and even if they don't get all three of these,
two of the three, one of the three. Yeah,
I think they will get two. Yeah. And pushing, if Savinho is going to end up costing 85 million, that's because De Zerbi's telling the board,
he's worth it.
I want this guy. So massive pressure on De Zerbi. But with those players, I think that they have a good chance. But I'm interested, why are Liverpool finishing behind Tottenham?
My Liverpool thing comes down to their defense. Like, I think Liverpool attacking wise will be all right. I think Isak will be you know, a 15 to 18 goal a season player, depending obviously on his fitness. Wirtz, I'm not really putting much stock into Wirtz. But I think between and I think they will get Barcola over the line. So I think
this is even with Barcola.
It's a sixth place finish. I think they'll get Barcola over. But as I say, I think Liverpool will score goals.
Yeah.
I just think that the defense hasn't improved. And I think that was one of their biggest issues.
You're not believing the Xhaka hype?
I'm not believing the Xhaka hype. I'm not believing that Van Dijk is still like the most imperious, you know. And to be fair, there's still the quality of attacking players in the league isn't unbelievable.
I think he'll hold it down to a certain level.
He'll hold it down to a certain.
He is 35.
That's my point. That's my point is, and the spillage and the slippage is already showing for the last couple of seasons with Van Dijk.
But
and I think Liverpool are
Tottenham's defense is better.
I don't think Tottenham's defense is better, but I think they have a sheer number. Well, I think Tottenham actually might be better. They're starting back.
It's an interesting conversation.
No, they've got rid of Vakari as well, by the way. They're starting.
But they've got Kinski.
It's the Bravka stamp. It's the Bravka stamp. I think there's a vet. You have to respect the Bravka.
Like, we'll take Porro over Frimpong.
Yeah.
They're both wing backs. They both do the same. Wingers do the same.
I would take the combination of
Van Dijk. We'll still give him that respect.
Yeah. But I'll take the combination of Van Hecker and Senesi over Van Dijk and
Xhaka. I don't know about that.
I don't think Xhaka is.
I haven't seen Xhaka play any minutes of football,
and this Italian,
but I know he's a prototype.
he's a prototype, and this Italian centre back that they have, this 19-year-old now,
Yeah.
he's probably all right,
Araujo.
but it's bro. And that's why I have them at 6th. It's because I know what Ronald's on. I know what Ronald is.
Iriola getting the best out of Kirkes?
Kirkes will have a better season than he had last year. But as I say, like,
I actually think the midfield
that bleeds into it as well.
Will be more of a problem for the defense. I think, like you say, they'll score goals. I think all three of the midfielders that they pick in there, Gravenberch is forward thinking, wants to go forward. Szoboszlai is forward thinking, wants to go forward. Wirtz or McAllister, whoever. But that is obviously going to help you scoring goals. But defensively, I think that's actually going to cost them. Like if you look to the Liverpool team with Van Dijk and Xhaka there, and you put someone like a Tchouaméni, for example, in front of them,
that's good.
I don't think I mean, the right back's still a massive. Can't believe Liverpool haven't addressed that. But it doesn't look so
shaky.
Yeah.
No, I agree. But my issue now is if Van Dijk doesn't play 38 games, 36 games, and he goes, and is Xhaka in the 18-year-old?
Yeah, or Araujo.
Or like that is with McAllister and Gravenberch you know, that is something that is, I think, is very shaky foundations.
Yeah.
And even
You'd
still
almost say, and it's mad because they just finished 17th and Liverpool won the league 2 years ago, but Tottenham might have better depth.
Yeah. And Iriola's whole press thing is good. He's a good manager, obviously. Iriola, we rate him bears, but like it can run guys down. And I just don't know if the team that he has is the running team that he wants to be.
Yeah.
And I think that there could be some issues there. Look, as I said, the silver lining for Liverpool is that I do think Isak will score goals. I don't know if he's going to repay the 115 or 50, like fee that they brought him in for, but I think he won't have an ACL injury or whatever he had last season, and he'll have a better season.
Yeah.
I worry that they won't be able to substitute Salah's goals. I think Barcola will come in and be a live wire. He'll be like Doku, but with better numbers. But I think they're one midfield or defensive injury away from being like a Fulham, or like I'm not finishing 10th or 12th or wherever Fulham finish, but like in the sense of like, like you're gonna win one game every 3 weeks. You know.
They just sold your boy Curtis Jones as well.
Yes, I saw it's fallen upwards actually.
Inter Milan?
It's fallen upwards. His agent.
Bro, Inter have got Curtis Jones, Jed Spence, and John Stones.
Yeah, he's pulled up land though.
The English boys.
They've pulled up land though. All three of them.
Okay, yeah. So we've got Spurs and Liverpool in alternate positions. 4th place,
Chelsea.
Okay, I've got and then who do you have in 3rd?
Third, that's where I think Man United will finish 3rd.
Okay, cool. So I've got United 4th and Chelsea 3rd.
Yeah.
So pretty similar. I mean, you've got Chelsea 4th. I almost had Chelsea 2nd. Before the community, and obviously we can't take too much from the Community Shield, but looking at how the players were playing in that game, looking at the fact that I think City are going to end up with a midfield of Anderson, Buadi, and Enzo.
Probably.
With Foden and Cherki, I'm like, what is that really? Like, Buadi's 18.
Yeah.
Enzo, we know is a good player, but that doesn't move me.
Yeah.
And Anderson's a good player, but again, it's like so I was even tempted to put Chelsea above City. And it's not even so much that like I think Chelsea will be in a title race or all this, and Chelsea could not have a great season, but I think from the chasing pack, when you take out Arsenal, I think all the rest of them, City, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, Tottenham, they're all in the chasing pack.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, Chelsea have the best manager.
Yeah.
And I think they've done the best business along with Tottenham, probably.
I think they've done some decent business. I think Chelsea will benefit, obviously, from the once a week thing. But I just don't know how realistic it is for a team. And look, other teams have had higher jumps up in the table. I just don't know how realistic it is for a team to go from 10th to.
But I agree with you. But that is Chelsea.
I know, and that's why that's
Conte
exactly.
and
I give them their history. I give them their credit and
And
all
if
that kind
Xabi
of
Alonso
stuff.
does start playing a three at the back, it's not going to be like Chelsea DNA
But
is.
my biggest worry about Chelsea, and you know what? Look, they got some decent players, Esteval and all this kind of stuff. My biggest thing about Chelsea really is the mentality.
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
that will be the toughest thing for Xavi Alonso to change.
But what United got more mentality.
But I don't know how Man United. But it's the same thing with the Chelsea. It's the same thing with United. Man United do have the ability to find Man United DNA, lightning in a
Mm,
bottle,
mm,
Carrick.
mm.
There's
Yeah,
pull on
yeah, yeah.
levers. It's like I've seen Ole Gunnar Solskjaer just pull on levers and and get guys to a second place finish. Yeah. So I think there will still be a bit of that.
But Carrick did that last year, and
Will he
then
will he repeat?
the trend is usually
Yeah, I know. I think the Chelsea Man United third and fourth race is going to be riveting. And I feel like there's gonna be a stage where we think someone's pulled away and then no, the other team claws it back and all this kind of stuff.
yeah.
But the reason I have Chelsea fourth is quite simply because and there isn't really a science behind it. I just think that their mentality will be harder to turn around. Like for example, Man United have got Bruno still. Yeah.
Mm.
Bruno's a key player at a very good sort of age range to lead a squad. He's like 30, 31. He's still very much productive and putting stuff into the team to help them improve. And I feel like for Chelsea, they've got Welbeck, they've got Henderson, who are good pros, great sort of dressing room guys, good leaders. But I just don't know how much they're going to contribute to Chelsea week in, week out. Yeah, in terms of like being actually on the
Yeah,
pitch.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think still there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to be asked to do a lot on the pitch. Yes, Henderson's going to be leading them off the pitch. Henderson's going to say the right things in the press conferences. Henderson's going to make sure that guys are turning up on time and stuff, yeah, and all the rest of it. But a lot of these young Chelsea guys still have to learn their mistakes, like on the pitch. Then they still have to actually do the work. Whereas for Man United, I think some of their leaders, and that's the only edge. I just think some of their leaders and their dressing room leaders are still contributing with heavy minutes and heavy contributions on the pitch.
So do you think if either of them were to catapult themselves into a title race, it's more likely to be Man United?
No, I think Chelsea are more likely to catapult themselves into a title race playing
Okay.
once a week. I just don't think. As I say, I think the only thing that will hold Chelsea back is their the overall how difficult it will be for Alonso to change some of the mentality and bad habits. And I still think that there's going to be Todd Bowley and Chelsea mannerisms, ownership mannerisms that are going to make things deliberately more difficult. Maybe not deliberately, but unconsciously more difficult for Xavi Alonso. There's going to be a bus stop. There's going to be a player that thought he was going to leave but now has to stay. There's going to be a player that thought he was signing, and the club made it so obvious that certain someone's position is up for grabs or whatever it is, and it's just going to be an extra headache for Alonso to manage as he's got 45 guys in his dressing room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
think the
yeah.
whole circus around Chelsea, Man United is always a circus, but I think the whole circus around Chelsea is is going to be interesting for Alonso to manage. Whereas for Carrick, he could very much succumb to the circus of Man United, but he's already been there 6 months and he is Man United. Like
Mhm.
he knows the circus already. The whole Liverpool legend Alonso thing going to Chelsea, I think he's a really good manager. I agree that he's the best of the rest in terms of management, yeah. But I have to actually genuinely see it
Yeah, because he's
live,
not proven that in the Premier League.
live and direct that Alonso is a good enough manager to overcome all of the Chelsea bullshit and stamp his authority on the football club in terms of playing style and leadership. Whereas Carrick, I don't think he has to overcome the bullshit. He just has to work within the confines of the
Yeah, yeah,
bullshit
yeah.
to
My,
get something.
I've got United to finish fourth because I think that um they've done good business. I think Tielemans is a good signing. I think
They got new midfield free.
yeah, I think Santos is decent, and I think obviously Baleba, the bomber dropped today. I think, and again, following on, well, we've said this before, but following on from last year, they've gone prem heavy in their recruitment. All three of those midfield players have been signed from within the league.
And to be fair, shout out Tielemans. He's kind of the Bruno thing of like, is a leader, is at the right age, and I think he's going to play enough minutes where it's like I can genuinely drag guys. It's not just my in the dressing room telling you to do this.
Yeah.
On the pitch.
Yeah.
I'm actually affecting games
When they have to go away to Palace or
Yeah,
they're away
yeah,
to
yeah,
Newcastle
yeah.
and Tielemans and Ballet and all these guys, and it helped so much. And they obviously saw the benefits of that with Cunha and Mbeumo last year. They've gone and done that again. I think they've been smart with it. Belabor for the price it looks like they get. I know Belabor had a horrible season last year, so that probably factors into it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for Man United
22
fans,
years old, you can risk it.
for Man United fans to pay that in this market,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Fez, like you seem to have found
yeah.
found a decent looking deal there. We'll obviously need to see how he plays. But 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 Belabor could be awful.
Yeah, and be
Yeah.
injury prone.
The fact that Fabian Herzler is willing to let him go.
He knows something. Right?
Yeah.
Well,
And Brighton are a club that get their money for their players.
he also wasn't playing him Herzler.
Exactly. He was playing Iori.
Like even when he was fit, yes,
Gross
Belabor had
and-
injury issues
yeah.
last season, but there's times when Belabor's getting 45 minutes and getting hooked
Yeah.
at half time.
Yeah. He wasn't in their strongest team towards the end.
Yeah.
And yeah, if Herzler's like Brighton get 100 or whatever for Caicedo and 60 for Cucurella, all these other guys that they sell, they get their money for
70 for João Pedro and
but even Trossard forcing a move 25 million whatever João Pedro
left on his deal Trossard.
So they even got money for Danny Welbeck. So the fact that Fabian Herzler is willing to let him go and they're willing to let him go at that price does make me think, well,
what do they know?
He's not that like. Look, don't take this the wrong way, but it appears that he's not good enough for Brighton. Yeah, in Fabian Herzler's opinion, and I don't think this is so much a case of Belabor wants to move to Man United. We know he wants to move to Man United, but it's not so much a case of Belabor going on strike, turning up to training, and he's forced and he's one of those top elite players, Bruno Guimaraes or Isak or whoever else, Gay, whatever.
You saying Brighton just making way for Ethan then?
Bro, I think Brighton are just Man United want the scraps, like, and because we know Belabor was a good player.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
well, he had shown that he had some ability.
But Fabian Herzler has definitely looked at him and been like, well, actually, I don't need this piece.
Yeah. Look, the thing about Belabor is going to be his consistency. That's my biggest question mark over Belabor, like both fitness wise and on the pitch, because I know that he can boss games and he can have like all world like ability and talent and look like a mini Pogba out there and stuff.
I think it's guaranteed that the Man United circus will get
swallows
him
up. But my issue, my worry with him is that one, he can be a guy that like he comes, he bosses a game, he tweaks something, he's out for 2 months. Fans are clamoring for him to come back. He comes back, he has a meaty game, he has a good game, he tweaks something again. But he's only out for 3 weeks this time, so you're telling yourself, it's not as long as last time, it's only 2-3 weeks. And then it's just like an Odegaard type thing of like, if it's not one thing, it's another. And then before you know it, 6 months of the season's gone by, and how much have we actually got out of him in terms of consistent performances on the pitch?
Yeah.
My other worry about Man United is Benjamin Sesko. I don't think he's a bad player. I think he's a good player. I think he has a chance to improve this season. I think for Man United to really get to where I think they're going to need to get to third, I think he's going to need himself is going to need like 12 goals. Like,
I think Man United fans think he's going to hit 15 plus.
I think that's what they're going to like. Bruno's going to get his, Cunha's going to get his, and Brentwood's going to contribute. Diallo's going to contribute. Rashford's going to contribute. And, but that will be the same for Tottenham. That'll be the same for Chelsea in terms of other guys. Like Kudus is going to contribute. And, all these guys are going to pop up and have goals. But if they're starting number 9 or they're, one of their big outlays last season doesn't get up to 13, 14, 15, I think it could be the other way around, or maybe Man United finish 5th and, like Chelsea finish 3rd and Tottenham finish 4th. Like, I think it is a big season. It's a big moment for Sesko, and he's got to deliver for them. He himself, because everyone else, I feel pretty confident is going to get theirs or contribute or do what they need to do. Yeah, or like within a certain degree. But if Sesko doesn't hit double-digit goals this coming season in the Prem alone, then I think it's going to be difficult for Man United, and he could get swallowed up in the circus. And am I good enough? And is this Højlund 2.0?
Yeah.
Like, does he on the like Lukaku Højlund train?
Yeah.
So that's my question mark with Man United.
Well, yeah, we'll wait and see what kind of season they have. But so I'm guessing we've both got City second. Then
City second,
and obviously we're Arsenal winning the league. We don't need to talk too much about those two teams. We've spoken about them in the Community Shield. I think it was just a statement from Arsenal and a bit of a warning message to the rest of the league of like this is the level we're up here. The rest of you need to get up here.
I think it's just our floor is pretty high.
Yeah.
My floor is pretty high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think City could drop below second after yesterday's performance, but we'll see. Relegation, fairly easy.
Not Ipswich, man.
And Gary O'Neill.
Gary O'Neill. I'm seeing some smart signings.
Yeah.
I don't know if Breland Bolo got over the line. Who was the other person that I sent?
No, I don't think they've got Embolo.
I said
They've got Enciso.
they got Ciso. There was someone else as well.
They've got Florentino. They've got Lukic.
Yes,
Sasa
that's
Lukic. And they've got someone else as well. But I've gone Hull, Ipswich, and Coventry. I actually
that Abdul Ouattara from Ivory Coast.
okay.
One of the defenders.
But yeah, I've gone for those three. I do actually think Coventry might have the best chance of staying up.
I think it's going to be Ipswich, man. I'm looking here at Issa Diop.
So who have you got in
Ben Johnson,
the relegation zone then? Hull, Coventry,
because of Frank Lampard and Leeds.
Really, you don't think Leeds are going to be back? Oh, the Leeds team.
See you later, Leeds.
Oh, Leeds fans, they're saying they're on a Europe charge this year. Bro, you want to talk about front lines? Harry Wilson, Calvert-Lewin, Okafor.
Yeah, Okafor's gone, by the way. Jan, it's Okafor's out.
I think Okafor loves it in Leeds.
No, for now. Oh, James Trafford, to be fair.
Yeah, they signed some guy from Juve. Juventus fans were so pissed.
No,
that
this Leeds squad.
Removic.
They've got
Stack.
They've got Trafford. They've got LVD, Bogle, Goodmanson, Ampadu, Joe Roden, Jacobijo, James Justin.
That's a decent Premier League
midfield. Dan James, Sean Longstaff,
Anton Stack,
Stack, Tanaka.
Good player.
He can do a little bits and bobs. Lemaitre, you're right. Calvert-Lewin, Okafor, you're right. William Nonto. But I think between Ipswich and Leeds, I think Ipswich have a bit more of a chance.
Leeds, unless Daniel Farker does the Daniel Farker thing, but I'm hoping he just sticks with the three at the back, and then I think they'll be all right. The one that I wanted to put in there, but I just couldn't quite do it, was Newcastle.
Oh,
Jassel ball. Enjoy that, Geordies.
Who was? They're gonna get Nico Gonzalez.
Yeah. Which wouldn't be a bad signing, to be fair.
No, I don't rate Nico Gonzalez.
It's not even that I rate him, but he goes straight into the team.
He goes straight into the team, and he has no choice, really. Who else is there?
So, get it done. But yeah, I think Newcastle, bro, I think it's dark, man.
I think it's dark for Newcastle, but I think it's dark as in, they finish.
I do think St. James's Park, it will kind of keep them up.
They'll get enough wins. 14th. It's a 14th season.
I think they could be scrapping till March.
No. I think Farker.
Everybody.
I think Farker is unfortunately going to fuck it.
Leeds will beat Newcastle. When's that game?
No, that's going to be a great.
Leeds
game.
will beat Newcastle.
That's going to be a great game. I think Farker's going to mess it up, man. I think Farker's going to be feeling a bit. He's feeling himself a bit.
He's going to go back to trying to play football.
Mm.
Well, if he does that, they're going down. Yeah, if he does that, they're going down.
And also, can we really count on Calvert-Lewin?
No, but Harry Wilson
back to back in
with Harry Wilson. So
Harry Wilson's going to get his.
You're talking about Man United and their players. Okafor will get 7, 8. Harry Wilson will get 6, 7, 8.
No, I'm not even sure about that. Oh, I know Harry Wilson will get 6 and 5. Yeah, I can pencil
minimum.
That in. Yeah, I can pencil that in 6 and 5 for Harry Wilson. Okafor is like an 8 and 4 guy.
Good numbers.
Yeah, good numbers, 100%. But to stay up, you said the goals.
And then Calvert-Lewin.
You said the goals matter.
And then Calvert-Lewin.
So
who's scoring Ipswich's goals?
Brill. I'm waiting for Brill to come in.
There's no way he's going to.
I'm waiting for Brill. They said, this is what I was reading. They said that they'd already sanctioned his move to Atalanta, but he himself has turned down that move and he's pushing for a move to Ipswich. If it's a Brill and Calvert-Lewin,
Calvert-Lewin could easily outscore Embolo.
Brill could also easily outscore Calvert-Lewin. I don't think Calvert-Lewin,
maybe
physically, not physically, sorry, well, both physically and mentally has it in him to score back-to-back double-digit goals in two campaigns. I don't know if that's Calvert. That's not the Calvert-Lewin I know. That's not the Calvert-Lewin I know.
No, but when Calvert-Lewin is scoring goals, that is the Calvert-Lewin that
Leeds play well. Leeds do the job.
Yeah.
And if I still see names like Aronson, I'm like, oh man,
a squad player now. It's the Jacob Murphy of the team. Okay, so I've got breakout star, but I don't mean like it doesn't have to be someone who didn't play much last year or someone who's new to the league or whatever.
Someone who's gonna have a
someone who's gonna show this season. Maybe they didn't have the best season last season or whatever. Someone who's gonna come back and show something that they're actually a good player. They're a top player. They deserve to be kind of where
the
they
first
are.
person, honestly, that comes to my mind is Cole Palmer. I'd have to do a bit more
Okay.
thinking, but
Yeah.
I think obviously Cole Palmer had a poor season last season. Didn't even get picked for the World Cup squad. I think Alonso is gonna.
You're more confident on this breakout or bounce back sort of thing being Palmer than Foden.
Yeah. Way more confident that's going to be Palmer. I just think that Palmer might get back to the hoovering up, like real hoovering up of GAs.
Yeah.
And that real. João Pedro's going to be involved, and Estevao and all these other guys are going to be involved.
Yeah.
And he's playing once a week, so he's like guaranteed going to be getting 75 minutes, 78 minutes, 80 minutes every match week for 38 games. And I feel like as long as obviously he can stay fit, I just feel like it's going to be a stark contrast to he's going to be back into the whole not best player in the league, but like you know how the Palmer conversation goes.
Yeah,
I think that's where he's going to get back to.
Yeah, Palmer never has to do too much to get back into
the
top conversation. I've got two. One of them is Gonzalo Garcia.
Good pick.
Fulham. I think he's going to score some goals. And my other one is Ben White.
Yeah, you've been saying Ben White.
Back in the team, that block on Doku, by the way, it was restoring the feelings. It was restoring the... And honestly, we're talking about Odegaard there, yeah? Honestly, Ben White might be second.
For what player, though?
Yeah, for how much it affects our play style. And how much it affects how we actually look. Because on Saturday, that right-hand side, fluid ball. Ben White overlap, balls into the box. Ben White's delivery, he just picks out the red shirt every time.
I also want to, you've done two, I also want to include Manzambi.
Yeah.
I think Manzambi might have something the league, I can't say has never seen before, but something it takes the league a season to figure out.
Yeah.
Like, well, what is this, bro? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I mean, he's going to have the Emery super boost. But yeah, I think Ben White's, I'm going big on that. And I think he's going to have a big season.
I hear that.
Top assister.
Cole Palmer.
Okay. I'm going to throw out my captain, Martin Odegaard.
I hear that. I'm not going to argue against that.
Purely based off the Community Shield, which probably isn't a smart idea, but fuck it, let's go for it. Player of the season.
I think it's going to be Bukayo Saka.
Okay. Bounce back, yeah.
Bounce back. I just think that we're going to look good. And like, whilst everyone else in the Arsenal team, I think, is going to do a good job and hold their thing down, I just think it's going to be like, I don't know how to describe it, like just Saka again at the end of things. Like, it could be Odegaard or Bruno, whoever has done this amazing piece of skill and whatever it is. But at the end of the day, it's just Saka who's buried it, slotted it home, scored that big goal, scored that decisive goal versus Man United or Man City or Chelsea or wherever it is.
Yeah.
Like, he might score 10 goals, Saka, but 6 of them will be on the top 6, and they'll be like go-ahead goals or winners or whatever it will be.
No, I like that shout.
I just don't know how like much longer he can quote unquote stay down for.
Yeah. If I'm not gonna pick an Arsenal one, because I like the Saka shout, but if I'm not gonna pick an Arsenal one, I'll go for who should I go for? I might go for Tonali, you know.
You think he's gonna have a good year?
I just think that in terms of who he's replacing,
sort
of thing, how much I'm expecting him to elevate Tottenham's level. Like if Tottenham, I predicted Tottenham to finish 6th, you predicted Tottenham to finish 5th.
Yeah.
If Mateus Fernandes and Tonali don't play well, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, 100%. No, I know.
So I'm almost saying that, and I think Tonali's probably the better one.
I think Tonali can single-handedly be the reason why in some games Tottenham don't lose the midfield battle.
Yeah.
Like they should have lost that game, or they should have done X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But Tonali was able to keep them.
And I'm also betting on Tonali actually being locked in and not just flirting with moves to Milan every week like he seems to be
I
doing.
heard back within hours.
Yeah.
Tonali's ready.
Yeah.
He's ready.
So
to...
if he's actually locked in and De Zerbi can get something in, then yeah, I might even go Tonali. Young player of the season.
I want to say Skelly, but I worry
Yeah.
like his minutes might come in outside of the actual Premier League. So I'm gonna go with a bit of a rogue shout. I'm gonna go with Tyreek George.
Okay.
I think Tyreek George. I've seen what Beto and Barry are on, and I think Tyreek George can be better than the both of them. Yeah, I don't know how plausible that is, but if David Moyes is able to keep his job for majority of the season, I think he'll quickly realize that I need to make the most. I need to make the most out of this.
I think Tyreek George will start the first game for a bit.
I think he'll start. I think same thing to what you're saying about Gonzalo Garcia. I think it might be on some like I need a striker. I have this new young talent. I want to find out what he's about. And
I don't think David Moyes is going to play him as a striker because that's not the David Moyes profile. He's got Barry and Beto.
He'll play him off Barry and Beto, however it's going to be. But in terms of, I just think he's going to be a bit more crucial.
Yeah,
to Everton. Then those guys will be the guys you are told to like manhandle the defender.
But I think David Moyes is low key building something there. Like
all they need is someone to really be.
I don't know why they haven't signed a striker or a right back.
Everton
fans are saying they're allergic to signing right backs. Yeah, still not replace Seamus Coleman and a striker as well. But if they played Barry up top, they've got Tyreek George, Dewsbury Hall, and then Jai behind him with Norgard and James Garner. So I like what David Moyes. He looks like he's
there's someone else. There's someone else they have in midfield. Oh yeah, Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah. I think Irabunum was actually going to go to Ipswich, but then he got injured, and it's like a 2-month injury or whatever. So I think Ipswich pulled out. But yeah.
No, I just think Tyreek George. There'll be better young players we will speak about throughout the season, but he's definitely one I'm keeping my eye on to see. Like, all right, bro.
I'll go for Rio and Gamoa then.
Yeah.
I would say again,
that's a good
Skelly
shout.
and Max Dowman.
Yeah.
But like you say, where are their minutes? I do think both of them are going to get a lot of minutes this year, but I just don't know where they're going to come. So I'll go with Rio and Gamoa because I think at the moment he's Liverpool's starting right winger.
Yes.
I don't think it looks like Liverpool are going to sign a right winger. With the targets they're linked to.
I think if they get Barcola of the line, which I expect them to do, I think in terms of like massive attacking outlays, unless they sell Gakpo for something close to 80 mil.
Yeah. And then go and get I mean the other one they want is Down and Buy from PSG as well. PSG. But I think Rio might get a lot of minutes. And
we really can't do a young player this season without mentioning Ryan at some point. He either has to be one of the young players of the breakouts.
Yeah. Brian, 100% could be young player this season
because he's still 20.
Yeah. I mean, even that new guy that Bournemouth signed, Rodriguez, that new striker, I've never seen him play, but I could throw him in there. And then this was maybe my most interesting one, the one probably my favorite category, the first Big Six manager sacked. So you've got Arteta, Maresca, Alonso, Iriola, Carrick, and De Zerbi.
It will be
for me. It's between two.
Yeah, if the word is sacked, it will be Carrick.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't think Liverpool will sack Iriola. I think that makes them like scramble even more.
For me, it's between Carrick and Maresca.
Yeah. I think
those are the two.
I think Liverpool won't sack Iriola because it makes them scramble even more. I think Tottenham is the same because they've actually signed De Zerbi.
Exactly,
players.
They've gone all in.
So De Zerbi has to sort of see this out,
and they're not going to upgrade from De Zerbi.
And then, I would throw Alonso in there because of the Chelsea bullshit, but I just think that.
But again, if they sack Alonso, where are they going? Who are they getting?
Yeah. So.
I went so it has to be Maresca and Carrick out of those two for me, and I did go with Maresca.
Maresca would have to he would
just because what I saw yesterday was dark, man. It was dark, bro.
I think Maresca would have to be like
if Bournemouth win on Sunday at the Etihad,
yeah. There's questions.
the pod next week, pressure,
No, there's Ryan.
bro. Like,
The Ryan crash.
and then their second game's Palace away on a Friday night. So if they could honestly, if they start the season 2 losses, I think City fans by the first or second international break could be done with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
I think Carrick will have more support from the fan base, even if things are a bit rocky and whatever. And I think as long as Man United can stabilize and basically make top 5 Champions League football again,
should keep his job.
I think Carrick's done a good job. But I think the expectation on Maresca with the squad that they have from City fans and the fan base is to be in a title challenge.
The reason I think it could be Carrick though is European football. Like Carrick is good. He's earned his stripes and badges.
But we don't know if he can how the level he actually is.
But like if he gets bopped in Europe,
yeah,
and then comes to the Premier League and gets bopped by Fulham, and
yeah,
then I think Man United fans, they love him, they respect him, they will cheer for him, they'll still cuss out Ineos and all the rest of it. But I think they can turn quite quickly on someone like, well, he's out of his depth, especially if the Iriolas and the Alonsos and the whoever's are doing all right. Well, the Zerbis are doing, because that's still Man United's goal, is to go and get them quote unquote Iriola, De Zerbi, I don't know if that's their goal for sure, but I think that's what they're looking for.
yeah.
I think they're looking for the new hotshot tactical that is going to be playing front-footed, fluid football. And I think it could be Carrick, but I think if Carrick starts to look out of his depth, because some of these other European managers have like figured out this transition ball, then I think the pressure of the club just gets too much.
I think Carrick has to be a lot worse, quite a lot worse than what Maresca has to be to get sacked.
I agree with that.
I think Carrick has to be like well off top 5.
My thing about Maresca,
which no one really is, because it's always quite congested in there. Even when Amrim got sacked, they were in 6th.
Do you remember I used to get onto Maresca? I used to say he's not more than just a top 4 manager.
But if City are out of a title race by November,
but that's my thing. That's possible. That's possible. But I think Maresca will be good enough to keep them in a top 4 race, which fans will like.
No, but I don't think. I think that's.
I think it's. And look. The only reason I give the Maresca thing credit is because I think it's super tough to replace, obviously, Pep Guardiola and those kind of managers. But I think also because he's replacing Pep, there will be some leeway.
But City fans are already saying maybe Maresca's the man before the man.
It probably is. But you have to give him time to like churn over the squad, get rid of the KDBs and the Haalands and all that kind of stuff. And then the new man will have to come in and say, well, this is the brand new Man City. I think for Carrick, it's like...
I also think Maresca's, just quickly there, Maresca's recruitment, if it ends up being Buadi and Enzo Fernandez, and they're linked with Pedro Neto,
could get him in trouble.
Like Man City fans are looking at it like, these aren't the players we are usually linked with.
No, bring in Neto and Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea.
He wants Malo Gusto, but because Chelsea quoted 75 million.
That's a target on your back.
Right. But, and we just spoke about United's business and how it seems to have been quite smart. And
yeah. And look, I have to put the, what you call it, insurance policy in of like, Carrick hasn't looked out of his depth yet.
Yeah.
He hasn't. He's got the most points and all this kind of stuff. So it's not to say that that's a guarantee. I'm just saying the way in which he loses his job is if he plays Liverpool in this new Iriola team, plays this new De Zerbi team, plays this new Alonso team, and then plays a team in Europe, and in a culmination of a month, they look out of their depth. They look like they're nowhere near what these other teams are doing to win football games. Then I think it could look quite different on Carrick, and things can turn quite quickly, despite him being shafted in the transfer window, despite this, despite that. Guys will still say we have Mbeumo and Cunha and Bruno and we can't press, or we can't stop a low block, or whatever it will be. Yeah. And I just think, and maybe it's a bit of like English bias, I just think that there is always going to be a bit of like, is this English manager out of his depth?
Yeah. Can he actually hang?
Exactly. Yeah. There will be that question. And then Man United is a massive club. So if there is a manager that is available on the market, the name will just
like,
after every draw, after every bus stop.
But having said that, I think it goes to show that what you said there, we are kind of just judging Carrick based off what we've seen because that's all we can do, and that's the fairest way to almost do it. Based off what we've seen, he got the most points, and we've both put it Man United in top four,
Yeah,
five.
yeah. I have him third.
Which means third. Yeah, so Michael has them third. I have them fourth. That means that they're gonna get Champions League football again, which I think is a good season. United fans talking about title races and that's just typical United fans. Are just delusional. But I think they can have a good season, and that I think that even goes to show that they're kind of bucking the trend because normally and people who watch the pod will know I would love to sit here and not put Man United in my top, put Villa or put Newcastle in previous years or something, and say that Carrick's just gonna fall off and the Ollie at the wheel and all of that wheels are falling off. But I actually think and with the business they've done, I actually think he might do all right.
If Carrick can hang, he can hang, and I think he'll get third. As I say, in terms of, it's just if it doesn't go right, I just think that Man United I think Man United as any big club should be, but already on the like, well, who's the next guy?
Yeah.
So and as I say, it's so specific to being tactically out of his depth, versus some of his rivals, and in Europe, that's the only way he can lose his job, in my opinion. But if it was gonna happen to one of those guys, it would be them, because for the rest of the other guys, as you said, it's a where do they go type situation. Honestly, where do they go? You know.
Okay, look, so that's it from us. In terms of the actual stuff we're talking about today, we'll do tweet of the week. My tweet of the week is just any single tweet that has the Xerxes video.
Oh yeah, you love
him
that.
with
Yeah,
the weights
yeah,
and
yeah,
moving, bro.
yeah.
That makes me crack
I still don't get
every
that.
time.
I still don't get
some of the captions on it as well is so funny. Yours has to be. I mean, you've sent me one video as much as I've sent you the Xerxes one.
The Jaylen Brown one. I love that video, man. I
said, you know what, just taught my grandma how to turn the brightness down.
Yeah. I saw one that was like, woke up and looked at Gmail instead of Instagram. But you know what is actually the CB Maresca one with the long coat?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you fell for it.
Oh,
you got tactico. You got a tactico manager. You fell for it.
Jugador de poussoir.
It's when he starts doing it, and
the music comes in.
So good.
Oh, just because he's a bold manager with a long coat. Oh, tactics.
And he's got the long coat on in the video as well. Yeah, that was good. Okay, MVP and rookie. Martin Odegaard, MVP, man of the match on the day.
Amorim.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we didn't even.
My MVP.
Yeah, slapped up Man United. First win, 4 in their head.
First win.
I saw Loftus-Cheek just gliding through into open space. Ian Gary, respect. Bro. Respect.
I have him as an MVP and as a rookie, man. I respect his performance. I don't respect his lack of killer instinct. Like, he's up there like dapping up Islam.
But look at who he's in there with.
No, but he's dapping him up after every good job, bro. Like, he's like, Islam has just dominated you for this first round, the first 2 rounds, and he gets up and he's like,
yeah, but there was the whole thing in the build up. Ian Gary's son started crying because Islam's his favorite fighter, and he didn't get to take a photo. There is that level of
I respect Ian because he didn't get finished, and he's actually, how many guys can
he put up a good fight.
How many guys can go 5 rounds with Islam? But the only thing I don't like is, but at the end of the day, this is your like, you might get 3 title shots in your career if you're lucky. If you're lucky, like, it can't be on some like, I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah,
it has to be on some. I want to kill this guy. I want to like. Islam's afterwards talking about, yo, this is war. I don't know why he's after every round was dapping me up. Islam is saying this.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know why after every round. He's like, no, for me, look at my face. I come here to beat everybody up. This is war.
Yeah.
And I look, as I say, I agree to both sides. Like, ultimately, you've lasted 5 rounds. His repertoire has gone up or whatever it is because he didn't get finished by Islam. My guy, Charlo Vera, got finished.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a 50-50 thing. But I hear him, I respect him, all of that. Just next time you get a title shot, don't make it your best friend.
Yeah. Don't make it so friendly.
That's in the cage with you.
Yeah. That's but I don't think that it had too much bearing on his performance. I think he did lack a killer instinct, but I don't know if that was just almost like being a bit scared of Islam's return,
Understandably.
and what like the I don't know. The first couple of rounds of the fight weren't great. It was a lot of sort of standing off each other.
Yeah,
checking the distances and stuff. But to go, like you say, 5 rounds with Islam, and bro, when you get to that fifth round, and the score was what at that point, maybe 2-3-1,
Yeah,
3-1 maybe. If Ian Gary lines up a kick or something, you just
that's what you
never
can ask
know,
for.
and
That's literally all you can ask for. I completely.
And with the amount that Islam was running the takedowns by like the start of round 3, Islam.
But
and
Islam,
it's like Ian Gary's actually he's been defending those.
But Islam's takedowns are just so like the little trips that he does.
Rookies. I've got Maresca, Donnarumma. I was trying to think of some
Donnarumma was awful.
Well, I'm not sure.
Actually, I'll give an MVP to De Zerbi and the Tottenham infrastructure.
Mm-hmm.
I think they whether they get like 1, 2, 3 or none of those players, I still think that they've won the Premier League transfer in terms of the team that's improved themselves the most.
A top 10 transfers this year is going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
Last year there was like a bunch of no names.
Yeah, stay tuned for this one. So I'll give him MVP because I think they've improved themselves the most. But yeah, rookies. Newcastle in general, just everything about their transfer window has been
turned down by Højbjerg.
Has been awful, man. Has been awful.
See Marseille then fined Højbjerg for not taking the deal.
Yeah. I don't know.
I was struggling to think of any other rookies.
And not much has really happened because of the break between the World Cup and the season starting. Not much that's like
well, look, we spoke about Baleba, but we didn't speak about Ezri Konsa, so we can just finish it on a couple of words on Ezri Konsa.
I think Konsa is I'm on board. It's a good buy. He's a good player. He's 28 years old. He's from Redbridge.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to hate on him. Redbridge stand up.
Exactly.
Redbridge stand up. And ultimately, I worry only a little bit about what it means for Mosquera, but at the same time, I think what it means for us in the Champions League is that we might be unstoppable. Like, there's no guarantees in any of these competitions, but if we can field like completely different back fours and whatever iterations of back fours, and they can include Konsa and Mosquera and Gabriel and Saliba and Timber and Nkapi and all that kind of stuff. I just think that I hear it. Like if Mosquera or Ben White goes down, which is very plausible, what do we actually do? My brother told me, let's just play Nkapi right back. I said, that's not going to win you the league.
Yeah.
Playing a left-footed person on the right is just not going to win you the league.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
So I'm on board. Like I didn't think we needed to sign a defender this window, but we never do. We actually already have 2 defenders that are injured. For several weeks last month. So, and by the looks of it, I think they know something about Saliba's injury that
And we've been on here from early
talking about how good Konsa is.
England's best centre back.
Yeah.
From early. So yeah, look, I'm happy with that signing. If we were gonna sign any defender, I'm so glad it's Konsa. I didn't really want it to be anybody else.
He's 28 as well. It's not even like he's a defender. Like if Konsa was when Konsa's 31, 32, I don't expect him to be like washed, finished, done out.
Yeah.
Like
just give us games here and there,
and then he just goes to Inter.
Exactly,
because that's the pathway.
Exactly for some decent money. But yeah, so happy with that business. Arsenal still haven't signed a left winger, but I don't know. We can get more into that when the transfer window closes. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being back. Episode is back. Season 4 of the pod. And obviously the Premier League season starts on Friday. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you next week. Peace.